What up is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads, where we try to do daily Dynasty videos. I actually did a couple-day break here because I was a solo parent. My wife was in Florida, so I got to be a solo parent for the first time for the last 4 days, so I couldn't create too much content as my son was, if you watched the last video I did, he was basically taking the tripod and throwing it. And so that doesn't really do good for making videos and stuff. So as I was trying to figure out how to succeed as being a parent, now I'm back. You're going to get this video on Monday morning. I'm taping this Sunday night. And we're going to be going through draft capital and how that is important and what statistics that you are expected to have when you draft. We're going to start with running backs, and then we'll go to the other positions as well in the next couple of days. And we're going to start with this is going to be almost 20 years of content. We're going to be going through round 1, round 2, round 3. If you draft a running back in which round, what are you expected to get out of that running back? Draft capital is so important when it comes to fantasy football relevancy. And you can have a player that is talented that drops into this 4th, 5th, 6th round, and we'll talk about what happens to those types of running backs. And so, first of all, we have 17 opportunities on average per game for the rookie season of a running back drafted in round 1. And when you have 17 opportunities, we're going to look at the other rounds here, and the other rounds are going to be 12, 9, 6, 5, 4, and then 4 in the 7th round as well. And you're going to see you're going to see all these different stats and popped up over to the right here. And so these opportunities tell us, of course, that if you have a round running back, Najee Harris, usually Travis Etienne, or even like a Rashad Penny or a Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey, the chances are you're going to have some of these running backs that do fail, but you're going to have a lot of these running backs have a majority of this success because 17 running back attempts, you're going to have an RB1 hit rate in the rookie season 25% of the time. The last 4 or 5 years, we've had a running back one come out of it being a rookie here. And so we have to figure out, where those chances lie. It's going to lie out of a running back drafted in round 1. I don't think a running back is going to be drafted in round 1. But you do have a 55.32% chance that he's going to be an RB2. So think about that. If you have a running back drafted in round 1, which I know is going to be less and less likely as the years have gone on, since this is 20 years of data, you're probably going to be likely to have a running back in 2010 versus 2018 per se. But let's just go through the fact that if you do have a running back drafted in round 1, there's a greater than half of the time that running back is already going to be skyrocketing in value. If they're a top 24 running back in their rookie year, they're likely going to be a top 10, top 12 running back in Dynasty Fantasy Football. So we have to understand, we look at those things, and this is why running backs get drafted super high over even wide receivers who have that longevity. Running backs are king, and you can get immediate satisfaction, and you can get immediate value with these running backs. You don't have to wait 2, 3, 4 years. This third-year breakout of wide receivers that we've all come to know and all come to love. Well, there's no third-year breakout for even running backs. It's first year, you're likely, if you're a good running back, you can break out. So second, if you're a round 2 running back, where I see Breece Hall, where I see Kenneth Walker, an average of 12.3 touches per game. Now, these are running backs probably like Javonte Williams, where you're going to have these running backs that slowly graduate into being into the starting position. They may not have it right off the bat like Najee Harris, but they're going to eventually have that. Even think Jonathan Taylor. The first half of Jonathan Taylor was the best time to buy Jonathan Taylor. People were panicking. There was owners that were like, oh my goodness, Jonathan Taylor, even without Marlon Mack, there was panic and worry about, oh my goodness, this guy can't, his vision sucks. Like, there's this ginormous hole, and he's running the ginormous hole to the left, and he's running to the right. Like, what is going on with Jonathan Taylor? I did running back rookie stats on Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, who else was there? Cam Akers, and Antonio Gibson. It was like all the running backs, their first half of the year, they were pretty poor. And then these running backs drafted in the round 2 and round 3 started to pick up into that second half of the year. And so round 3, an average of 9.5 touches per game. We look at RB2 hit rates, 28% in round 2, 12% in round 3, which is actually kind of disappointing. I feel like that's going to be greater when it comes to the later. and I don't have any analytics or statistics to back this up quite yet, but I feel like this is a big gap, 20 years. I feel like if you looked at the last 5 years, you're going to have a lot of these round one running backs. If I can actually talk, like Leonard Fournette, if he was drafted as a rookie into this upcoming draft, where would he be drafted? Probably high round 2. Like, you don't get running backs drafted in round 1 unless your team gets super desperate. Even Jonathan Taylor, who's arguably a easy mid-round 1 talent 7 years ago, is a round 2 talent. These running backs fall later and later, but this is what we have to go with. 28%, again, round RB2 hit rate, and 14% RB1 hit rate if you were drafted in round 2, and then round 3, 6% and 12%. And then it just almost goes into nothing land. I mean, you're at 0% if you're a round 5, 6, or 7 running back. Know that. You're a 1.37% chance if you are a round 4 running back. So, and of course, this did not include last year, which, of course, you have Elijah Mitchell. But you have to understand that your chances, even if you're Aaron Jones, for crying out loud, if you're Elijah Mitchell, I mean, it's really round 1, round 2, round 3. Really, it's round 1, round 2, and then a little bit of round 3 sprinkled in. And undrafted running backs seem to have the success like James Robinson, Arian Foster, and things like that. That is where you have these rookies succeed, and it's with the undrafted guys, it's mostly landing spot / injuries. Oh, no. Oh, my thing just said low battery. I was like, no, I want to continue on. We got another couple of minutes left. And so we look at fantasy points per game because that's all we freaking care about is fantasy football points per game as a rookie. If you get 17 touches, but you get 2 points in fantasy, it would suck. But 13.5 points when it comes to round one running backs, 10 points in round 2, 8 in round 3, and then it just goes below 6, right above 4, and then we have a graph right up here, and just you can see how it just starts falling off the map really here. And it doesn't mean that players are being drafted less necessarily. It just means that the running backs, they just start falling off the map. You have that top 3. This is why the Isaiah Spiller argument of him, will he be a top 3-round pick or will he not, will determine an absolute ton of what we are going to do with him in Dynasty rookie drafts. Will he be the 6th overall pick? Will he be the 16th overall pick? I can see situations where there's both, and it sucks because I like Isaiah Spiller. I think he's a fairly talented running back, but draft capital is king. And so I cannot draft somebody ahead of George Pickens and Jameson Williams, and even you look at even like Jahan Dotson and Christian Watson. It's like you have some of these wide receivers that go into potentially great situations versus Isaiah Spiller, who might get drafted in the 4th, 5th round, and maybe not an ideal situation. That's going to be really, really, really interesting and hurtful. And that is why draft capital becomes king. And we're going to go through wide receivers. We're going to go through other positions here too. So stick with me. Now, my mind, I feel like I'm just like slurring everything. And it's because I think being a solo parent is one of the most difficult things somebody can do. Man, I'm tired. I think I'm going to go to bed. Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock p.m., but I'm tired. I'm just going to go to bed. I want to do more. I want to do more research and stuff, but I can't wait. My wife's coming back home in like 24 hours. I can't wait. I need some help. All right. Well, peace out, guys. We'll see you again soon.